there are 1.52 million Americans that earn minimum wage across this country. However, there are more than 318 million citizens in this country. So when they suggest that we should raise the minimum wage, don't actively check out, but think about this issue affects every single one of us. In 2014, Barack Obama suggested that we raise the minimum wage to $10.10 in his State of the Union address. I'm here to persuade you that this is not a good plan. As someone that has worked at a minimum wage job for over 5 years, I would love to get paid $10.10 an hour. However, this does not help. This would hurt the economy. This would hurt small businesses, it would cause prices to increase, and it would hurt the people that is most trying to help the most. First thing, hurting small businesses. Many small businesses can't afford to pay their lower income employees at a higher rate because they simply don't have the profit margin to keep operating at that level. So an increase in operating costs would cause many to be shut down. Or, if they weren't going to be shut down, they would need to account for this new level of operating costs by raising the prices. Now, raising the prices to pay for a new level of employee would also cause them to raise the amount that they pay their higher level employees, causing the operating costs to exponentially increase all across the board. Now, this not only would cause the companies to struggle to maintain their thing, but would force them to raise prices. And raising prices hurts the little guy the most. The American Legislative Exchange Council states that the people that spend the highest percentage amount of money on food and groceries and things that the prices would most directly increase is the lower income. And this brings me to my final point, that the people that are hurt most by this new legislation would be the lower class. Obama specifically pointed out in his State of the Union address that a minimum wage employee working full-time is still below the poverty line. But he failed to mention that by increasing the minimum wage, this would directly limit the number of jobs available to those people and would also severely cut their hours. Many companies, if the minimum wage was increased, would look to replace these employees with new technologies and machines. Machines obviously can work much longer hours and are much cheaper to maintain. Now, these would obviously limit the job number available to these people that are struggling to get by. So I would greatly urge you to not give in to this political ploy that is used by many politicians today. Raising the minimum wage does not fix the problem, but merely makes it worse. By hurting small businesses and raising prices and hurting the very people that it intends to help, this is merely a political ploy. Don't give in to that, but stand on what the American dream was of having the minimum wage and lower level jobs be an opportunity to something more, to work harder, to advance through the ranks, not because the government is saying you're worth this much, but because you prove to a company that your value is more than X amount of dollars that the minimum wage determined by the federal government is. Prove your worth as an individual. Don't let the federal government decide. And here are my witnesses. 1, 2, 3, 4.